The rain poured endlessly that night, drumming against the sleek black car parked on the side of a lonely road. Inside sat Adrian Cole, one of the city's most powerful millionaires. To the world, he was the epitome of success, a brilliant CEO, a single father raising his little boy alone, and a man admired for his sharp mind and discipline. Yet beneath the tailored suits and polished image, Adrian carried a weight that never left his chest, the pain of a wife gone too soon, and the quiet loneliness of a father trying to hold everything together. As his windshield wipers swayed back and forth, his sharp eyes caught sight of something unusual through the sheets of rain. At first, he thought it was nothing, perhaps just a shadow or trash on the roadside. But then he saw it clearly, a small figure, trembling under a broken streetlight. A young girl, no more than 12 or 13, sat in a wheelchair, her head buried in her hands, sobbing as the rain drenched her thin dress. Adrian's hand hesitated on the wheel. He had been taught never to stop for strangers, never to get involved in things that weren't his business. But something about the fragility of that child in the storm struck him in a way he couldn't ignore. He pulled over, stepped out into the freezing rain, and approached slowly. "Hey," his voice was deep, firm, but softened with concern. "Why are you out here all alone?" The girl flinched, raising her tear-streaked face. Her eyes were wide with fear, but more than that, they were filled with despair. "They left me," she whispered, shivering. "My uncle said I was too much trouble, he pushed me out of the car and drove away." Adrian felt a sudden heat rise in his chest, anger, sorrow, and disbelief all at once. He crouched down to her level, rain soaking through his expensive coat. "What's your name?" he asked gently. She hesitated, then whispered, "Lily." He paused, then held out his hand. "Come with me, Lily." Her eyes searched his, as if trying to decide whether she could trust him. But there was something steady, something fatherly in the way he spoke. Slowly, she placed her trembling hand in his, and Adrian lifted her carefully, placing her inside his warm car. As the heater hummed, Lily began to calm down. She told him fragments of her story. Her parents had died in an accident when she was just a child. Since then, she had lived with relatives who never truly wanted her. Born with a disability that made walking impossible, she often heard words no child should ever hear: burden, useless, trouble. That night, her uncle had proven those words true in the cruelest way possible. Adrian listened in silence, his jaw tightening. He thought of his own daughter, lost years ago, and his son waiting at home. His chest ached. When they reached his estate, Lily stared in awe at the sprawling mansion, but instead of joy, her eyes filled with fear. I shouldn't be here," she whispered. "This isn't my place." Adrian knelt in front of her, his voice steady. "Lily, your place is wherever someone cares for you. And from tonight on, you're safe here." His son, Daniel, peeked from the staircase as Adrian wheeled Lily inside. At first, Daniel was shy, unsure of the fragile stranger in their home. But soon enough, the boy's innocence broke through the barriers. He shared his toys, made her laugh, and reminded her what it felt like to be wanted. Days turned into weeks, and Lily slowly bloomed. With Adrian's resources, doctors were called, specialists examined her condition, and for the first time in her life, she was given hope that she could regain some independence. Adrian arranged tutors, therapists, and everything she needed, but more importantly, he gave her what money could never buy: love, safety, and dignity. Yet, the world noticed. Rumors began to spread about the powerful CEO who had taken in a disabled orphan. Some called it charity, others called it scandal. But Adrian ignored them all. He had made a promise in his heart that rainy night, to never let her feel unwanted again. Then came the day of her surgery, a procedure that could give her the chance to walk with assistance. The night before, Lily gripped Adrian's hand tightly. "What if I fail?" she whispered. Adrian's eyes softened, tears glistening as he brushed her hair back. "Then you fail into my arms, Lily. You're not alone anymore." Her surgery was long, the hours dragging endlessly. Adrian and Daniel waited outside, both restless. When the doctor finally emerged, smiling, Adrian's heart leapt. She made it through. It will be a long journey, but with therapy, she will walk again. When Lily opened her eyes, the first thing she saw was Adrian's face, tired but smiling through tears. She whispered, "Thank you, Daddy." The word hit him like lightning, unexpected, overwhelming. He had never told her to call him that, but in that single word, the walls he had built around his heart crumbled. He wasn't just saving her, she was saving him, too. Months later, At a family gathering, Lily, still wobbly but determined, took her first steps with crutches. The room erupted with cheers, but Adrian only saw her radiant smile. Daniel clapped wildly, hugging her tight, and in that moment, the Millionaire CEO, once broken and lonely, realized he had been given the greatest gift of all, not wealth, not success, but a family reborn through love. And so, on that stormy night, when he had told her, "Come with me," he hadn't just changed her destiny, she had changed his, too. Because sometimes, the most powerful stories of kindness don't come from saving strangers, but from finding the family we never knew we needed. So if this story touched your heart, remember, quiet acts of kindness can transform lives forever. And don't forget to subscribe, because more stories like this are waiting to remind you that love can still change the world.